Hope you're all doing well and welcome back to the channel. Just wanted to check in this week and go live here a bit. This afternoon, it's another uh, cool, like autumn day. Like it's been really cool here. Uh, all of a sudden, the summer turned off and the fall turned on, and it's just been really cool. Um, so I'm out here having a cigar and a coffee, and in about what 2 hours or so, I'm heading off to. Hey Jimmy, how are you, man? Hey Jeff. In about 2 hours or so, I'm taking off to go play a bar. Um, and fortunately, it's not that far away. It's only about an hour's drive. And what's nice about it is we start at 8, and we're done by 11, so I'm home by midnight. These are the things that you think about when you get to be my age and you're playing a show. How far do I have to drive, and when can I be home? That's kind of sad, isn't it? Hey, Marlon, how are you? But yeah, this week's been a little bit of a rough week. Uh, my wife and my kids and I we lost our dog this week. Um, we had Pepper for 16 years, and she was a fixture. And The last few months, or it's old age, right? I mean, 16 years for a dog is a pretty long time. But the last few months, you could see that she was really going downhill, and then this past week, she couldn't even stand on her own power. So we took her to the vet, and the vet said, said you just put her to sleep. So it's kind of devastating. It's weird, man. Like when you've had a pet for that amount of time. Like I'm still looking for her when I go in the house. Like we still have all her. She had a bed in every room, right? So I'm still going in the rooms and I'm like looking to see if see her there, and it's tough, man. It's really tough. So hey Simon, how are you, man? Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, Marlon. But it's nice to playing a gig, distraction, getting out there, and I got to mention too. I picked up a Nick Johnston Strat. It's a Schecter Strat. I did a review of it, and I've already done one show with it last week. I got to tell you about last week's show. That was a disaster. But I used it. I rehearsed with it again this week. That thing is so comfortable to play, so nice to play, and I'm gonna be using it again tonight. Okay, hang on a second here. Let's give me a second here. There we go. So, yes, I'll be using it again. I'll be using it again tonight. But last week we did an outdoor show, and it was a little festival that they had for they called it like goes for corn cob something. Anyways, so it was it, we I get it was a far away. It was like hour and a half, 2 hour drive to get to this place. Having curry with the family, but dropped in to say hi. Have a good night. Yeah, you too, Simon. Take care. And so we get there, and it was it wasn't a super hot day, but it was a super sunny day. And I'm kind of looking around, and I'm thinking, okay, they have something set up. Like this is the first time they've ever done this. It was like a local organization, this little small town, and they were running. This was like the first annual kind of thing. And so they we figured they'd have something set up for the bands because they did have live music there, and we were like the first band. They had a singer before us with like basically karaoke type thing. Anyways, so hey Russ, how are you? So we get there, and I'm talking to the organizer, and it's like I see this like big open parking lot slash field, and I say to her, okay, and I see this big white tent, and I ask her, oh, are we playing under the tent? And she says no. Now, like again, it was pretty sunny and hot in the sun, right? And then I go, okay. Then I see another little black tent. I go, are we playing under there? She goes, no. And I said, well, where are we playing? And she points to a flatbed truck. Okay, just the back of the truck. It's made out of wood planks. Thank you, Casey. The truck is these wood planks that are all like look like they've been in the rain and they're all splintered, whatever. And there's gaps like this big between the planks, and it's up against the wall of a building. There's no top on it or nothing. And she goes, "Oh, that's where you're playing, and your power is like some extension cords just kind of lying there." It was like it was pathetic, right? So I'm looking at how you going to put these drums down, put the feet down on the drums, and not fall through these slats. You know, these little slots, right? You know, drums. You know, you got so, and then so we managed to get everything on there, and it's sort of kind of wobbly. Oh, and by the way, this flatbed is still on wheels, and there's a couple of bricks tucked under the wheels so they don't move. But if you move, you see the whole thing is going. The whole thing is going like this, right? And we're in direct sunlight for 3 hours. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And so we're playing, and while we're playing, there's a baseball game going on. There's another thing I don't know, like I don't know what that game is called, where you throw like sacks into a hole thing. Anyway, that's going on. We might as well have been wallpaper. Nobody gave a shit, right? We're dying in the heat. You know, we had friends there that were bringing us waters because we were dehydrating. We're trying not to fall. It was like, oh my god, man! Like really, you know. But yeah, that's one for the history books, man. Terrible, terrible show. Marlon, if they ask, unless they're gonna pay an exorbitant amount of money, there's no way in hell I'm doing that again. Yeah, the flatbed. I don't know. I don't know. It's we've done so many outdoor things this year, but the other things we did were more professional. They actually had like a sound guy and a back line, and they had canopies and stuff. But all the summer stuff that we did this summer, it's been so hot, and it's been like basically you're melting. I've never played outdoors where the guitar neck is actually hot to the touch, and that's happened to me 3 times this year already. It's been crazy. So, well, that's one good thing about the fall. There's no more outdoor stuff. Everything is indoors. Tonight, I'm playing indoors in a bar, so it's a controlled environment. So, but yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's really all that's going on. Let me know if anybody's got any questions or comments about the channel, about gigs or music, whatever. Well, that's the other thing too, Jimmy. Yeah, the guitars were, yeah, they were going slightly. I'm trying to remember. I think they were going sharp. You know. Yeah. Well, when you touch the neck and it's hot, like not scalding hot, but hot. Like I'm thinking like the glue's gonna like melt and the whole thing's gonna fall apart in my hands or something. I do what you do on this channel. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Casey. Um, but yeah, but but as far as speaking of the channel, what's coming up? I've got another show with my partners in crime, Pete and Martin. That's coming up in another couple of weeks. I'm gonna be on the I don't know if it's Grant's Warehouse or the Contrarians channel. If you're familiar with that, I'm gonna be on that. I think in about 2 weeks. They asked me to participate in something. And actually, I'll be on Sea of Tranquility sometime this month as well. So there's a lot of YouTube stuff coming up. And the other news I have, uh, instrument wise, is and I'm not proud of this, and I keep saying that I'm not proud of owning all the instruments that I own, but I actually have another one coming. Okay, I came across a guitar that is kind of a little bit different, but very very cool, and it's got fantastic reviews, and very expensive. But I found basically a brand new one used for $1,000 off. So that was a big incentive. Um, and I'm gonna have to sell something, um, just because I don't want to have so many instruments, and I want to kind of recoup some of that money. But I have something coming. I think Wednesday this week it's supposed to arrive. Yeah, I did, unfortunately, Marlon. It's like I just literally, I mean, that Nick Johnson Strat. I don't think it's what 2 weeks maybe I've had it, you know. But then I see something that's like, this is like a very special instrument. But aren't they all special? 64 Strat. No, no, it is a Fender though. But I'll do a video on it when I get it. Like I said, it's supposed to come Wednesday this week. It's it might be a guitar that maybe a lot of you aren't even aware of, because it's a little bit of a rare breed. Yeah. Oh, it's definitely a sickness, Marlon. Yeah. It's I don't know. I think, okay, this is it. I'm done. I got enough. But then but my rule, I'm sticking to my rule. If something comes in, something goes out. So I'm probably gonna be, if I got 30 days to decide whether or not to keep this. If I keep it the 30 days, then I think I'm gonna sell probably the Rev Star. Hey, Christian Haynes, how are you? And not that the Rev Star is a bad instrument. It's a really good instrument. It's actually it's a great instrument. It's what is it? I think it's Chinese made, but it's a really good guitar. The Rev Stars. I don't know what the model of it's called. I think it's just called the Yamaha Rev Star. Get rid of a Tele. No, man, I love my Teles. No, the Teles are great. Teles are great. Yeah. No, this one that's coming, it's a little bit. It's a relatively new model, right? It's an old company, but a relatively new model. And I've owned a version of it before that was really, really good. And this is like the top of their line of this model. I don't want to give it away, but it's coming. Never seen a bad Yamaha. Do I like ukulele? Don't play a ukulele, but sure. You'll never convince me. Oh, of the Telecaster. Well, it's all right. I mean, we all have our things, right? I don't know if there's any guitars I'm totally like, you know, I don't want to totally averse to, that I don't want anything to do with them. I think I sold me one of their amps with that slogan. Yamaha. Yeah, I don't know what the slogan was. I must have said something by mistake. I'm just gonna smoke here off screen because YouTube doesn't like when people smoke on their channels. Well, so much for that cigar. Went out. Single coiler humbuckers. The one that's coming, it's a 2 humbucker guitar. Oh, never seen a bad Yamaha. Yeah. No, Yamaha makes really good instruments. The I mean, there's a Japanese version of the Rev Star that I have, and I have the Chinese one. Um, and I'm telling you, like, I think it's got stainless steel frets, and it's just a really good, for the money. It's a fantastic guitar. I've used it quite often. You know, in those rough environments where, like last year, the outdoor stuff that I was doing, that's what I was taking was the Yamaha Revstar. It was a solid guitar and it sounded really good. It's kind of it has its own voice. It's kind of like a Les Paul, but not. It has a because it's kind of a semi hollow, so it's got this other thing going on with the tone. Like better drums and piano. Yeah. Well, I know they make drums. I know that the Yamaha drums are they're like I think like like the top tier drums. Not that I know a lot about drums, but from my understanding, is like the more expensive top tier drums are Yamahas. Yeah, but yeah. So, but I'm probably gonna sell it just because I'm not selling my tellies. Um, I'm not selling any Gibsons because I love all my Gibsons, and that PRS just plays itself. I can't get rid of the PRS. So I mean, something's got to go, and that's what's gonna go. I did get rid of the Gretsch. I had a Gretsch briefly. The GS 222 electromatic static something like that. That was a really good guitar. But the reason I got rid of it is um, it was it wasn't balanced well. So sitting down playing was fine, but when you stood up, the body went up and the neck went down. And I did try to gig with it once, and it was just very awkward, kind of because you kind of have to. You're not just playing the neck; you're also lifting it while you're playing it. And it sounded great actually on my last recording. I used it on the recording. It sounded great and it played great, but it wasn't super conducive to playing standing up. So if I can't gig with it, I sell it. So that one's gone. What color is it? The Rev Star I have is white. Yeah, and they I think there's a white, there's a green, there's a blue, and they have these two like pinstripe racing stripes that go down the length of it, like from the neck to the bottom of it. Mine being white, you can see the racing stripes, but you can just barely see the white racing stripes. 330. No, I don't have a 335. I have the baby version. I have a 339. Maybe you'll be the next owner. Well, if you're local, as I don't ship guitars. Everything I've sold has been local. So I don't want I just the hassle of shipping it and if there's an issue. So most of my deals are when I sell stuff, even when I buy stuff, it's usually meeting in a parking lot and it's a back of the car deal. That's uh, that's usually how I go, right? That way there's no issues. And I don't believe in email transfers or PayPal's or any of that. It's 100% cash deal. That's how I do it. So, and I haven't had any issues. I've sold a lot of stuff that way. Bought I bought some really good instruments out of trunks of cars. You know. No, Marlon. My 339 has what is it? A burst bucker. I think the two and the three. Yeah, it's satin black, and it's got the block inlays in it, right? It's I've had that guitar for a long time, probably 12 years, 12 to 15 years. I've had that guitar. I don't gig with it much. The band I was in called Rebel Charm, and I got videos of that band. It's probably the best band musically I've ever been in. Um, but that guitar, I used to use it a lot with them because there was only bass drums and me and something about a semi hollow has got a thicker sound to it. Kind of fills the gaps a little bit more. The two and the BB2, BB3, yeah. Hey, Brian, how are you, man? No, I haven't. I haven't gone there yet, Brian. Um, I will at some point go for a drive out that way. I think it just opened up officially like this week. Yeah, I think it just opened up. But Brian, I got a friend of mine that works at Law McQuaid, and he was telling me all those brands that we used to see there, the boutique stuff, like the Tom Andersons and the Friedman guitars and all that sort of stuff is gone. They didn't take on any of those brands, so it's just you're going to see the same Law McQuaid brands there. You're not going to see any of that special stuff that they used to carry, unfortunately. So yeah. So it's just going to be like a bigger version of Alon McQuaid. There's photos and stuff online already of it, and if you, all the Lon McQuaids, they all look the same. If you look at the photos, it looks like a big version of it. Hey, Papa Blue, how are you, man? We're going on here 20 minutes. Hang out here for a little bit longer. Yeah, so let me know if anybody's got any questions about gear, music, the channel, gigs. Yeah, so so the bar that we're playing tonight it's just a little place with a very, very tiny stage. I literally cannot move. I stand in one place because if I step to the left, I fall off of it. I step to the right, I fall off of it. And if I step to this way, then I step into the drummer's ride cymbal. So I'm like literally in one spot. So I take my little Blues Junior combo, put that on a stand behind me, where I like literally, if I take a step back, I'll fall over it because it's like right behind me. And then I got a little pedal board. I'm doing this because you can't see if I put my hands this way, but it's only got about 4 or 5 pedals on it. So mini pedal board, small, and if I get that Blues Junior past 2 on the volume, that's a good night for me. That's just one of those paid rehearsals, we call them. Yeah, yeah. But again, on the upside, we start at 8, we're done by 11. Yeah. But I'm going to be doing a live stream on the channel, like, with the guitar, the official one, end of this month, because I have a free Saturday. I got one weekend off this month, and it's the end of the month. I'm near the shack. Yes, Poo Ninja, how are you, man? Yeah, I'm near the shack, but I'm not in the shack. Give me another month or two. If this cold weather keeps up, I'll be in the shack. I've already had to smoke a few days in that shack because it's been too cool out here. Yeah. That's crazy how the weather changed on a dime. On a dime changed. I got 15 people in here, 4 thumbs up. Folks, please hit that thumbs up. That always helps. Oh, we hit a milestone a few days ago. The channel has hit 1 million views on this channel since I started it, and I don't know how long it's been. I think I've had this channel for about 10 or 12 years at this point. So a very slow build, but we got to 1 million views. We cracked 5,000 subscribers about a month, 2 months ago. Slowly getting there. I mean, I'm not really putting a ton of I'm not putting out daily videos, a ton of videos, so you only get out what you put in, right? I'm grooving with my new. Oh, wow. Are you able to turn it up, Pooh? Those things, they gotta be loud, man. The place where we rehearse, I'm playing out of a 100-watt Marshall head, the JCM 2000, and it's sitting on a 412 cab. And we rehearse, I guess, at a pretty. I'm usually at about 5 when we rehearse, volume wise. And then I've got the gain. I'm on the clean channel. I got the gain at about 5 and the gain right at 6, so that it's just, if I hit hard, it breaks up. And then if I need to push it harder, I throw pedals in front of it. But when I'm standing in front of that and I'm banging away, and Your hair's blowing back. There's nothing better, man. Occasionally, it's so fun. Yeah, totally fun, Pooh. I hear you, man. Joe, how's it going, man? Break a late tonight. Comment on the set list tonight. Oh, the set list tonight. Because we're playing a small bar, we took out a lot of the more. Not that we play anything really aggressive or heavy, but we took a lot of that stuff out. But we're doing ZZ Top, we're doing Cheap Trick, the Neil Diamond shit, of course. We're gonna do and this and whole, the this one the joke song that all bar bands do. We're doing Mustang Sally tonight. Yeah, uh, yeah. The only redeeming quality about that song is I do like a really long, obnoxious solo in it. So I just go ape shit for like I don't know, 30 seconds or 40. I'm just going crazy. And I'm throwing licks in there all the time just so I don't fall asleep from boredom. Yeah, we're doing the Romantics. Pearl Jam, the car crash song that they did, the remake. We're doing that one. I think we're doing that one. You know, yeah, yeah. I like the Casey. I like the 2000 a lot. Um, Not the biggest fan of the 900 or the 800 for that matter, which I know is like the amp for the 80s was it's the JCM 800, but because there was a studio that I used to rehearse at that had a dual rectifier and it had a JCM 900, both sitting on 412 cabs, and this was glorious. This was a huge room that we used to get, and I would have an ABY box, and I would run into both of those amps at the same time. So I'd have the dual rec on one side, and I'd have the JCM on the other side, on both sides of the drums, just like, and I'd be standing in front of it, like like in front of the drums, so like, oh, it's fucking glorious. Yeah, it sounded great. It sounded great, but the normal place I play, it's just the single 412 cab. But I tell you, it's a whole different vibe, man. It's a whole different vibe. Like when I practice at home, I'm just going straight into, well, or if I'm using an amp, I'm just low volume and I'm coming out of my computer speakers, right? Rarely do I come out of the because I do have a 212 at home, but it's just too loud. So I'm usually coming out of computer speakers, and it's good to practice and all that stuff. But when you're standing in front of it, and it's just every little nuance and every little thing that you do, it just everything comes out, right? And it almost like it kind of invigorates you and you find yourself playing better, and then putting a little bit more into that bend or that vibrato because you get that instant feedback. Just very cool. Yeah, just very, very cool. you know Everybody needs to experience that, stand in front of a 412, and just soak it in. It's great. And I'm always partial to Marshall. Hey, I'm a poet and I don't even know it. But yeah, I love the Marshalls, man. I'm always a Marshall guy. Even my little DSL 40 combo amp that I cart to most gigs just sounds phenomenal. Yeah, instant karma. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. Okay, 30, coming up to 30 minutes here. I'll hang out here for a bit. We still got 12 folks in here. I'm probably boring everybody to tears. But please, yeah, hit the thumbs up and let me know if you got any questions or comments. But yeah, so we've hit a couple of milestones, like I said, in the last couple of months, which is great. Um, there will be another guitar review video coming up this week, and then I'll let y'all know what I'm getting. at that point, and yeah, kind of go from there. All right. I don't see any more questions coming in. But but yeah, we are getting my my dog. We are going to get the ashes. We had the dog cremated, so we are going to get the ashes and we're going to put it in the living room. He's going to have, or she is going to have her. She'll always be with us there. So that's one. That's the one thing. The guitar's body is vibrating in my hands and starts to elevate. Yeah, well, it's that whole feedback loop, right? Between you, the guitar, the amp. Yeah, yeah. No, it's great. It's a great. And then the notes sing, right? When you get that note singing, that's like that sympathetic vibration between the note ringing and the amp. Like we're just kind of riding the wave of feedback. Or if you hit a little harmonic or pinch harmonic, it's like right there. It's very cool. Wow, 17 years. That's amazing, Casey. Sorry about your loss. Yeah, my dog was 16. She was a Jack Russell Rat Terrier mix, and she was a miniature. So she only weighed about 12 pounds. But she basically looked like a Jack Russell, but instead of the ears going down, the ears went up. Uh, thanks, Joe. No, we're not. Play that funky music, we're not doing. You know what song we're picking up, Joe? Which I'm actually pretty surprised because we ran it a couple of times and it sounded decent. We're going to be doing that Offspring song, Come Out and Play, which most people know as You Gotta Keep Them Separated, that song. We're going to be doing that. And we ran through that a few times. That was my contribution because I'm always trying to do the more up-tempo heavy stuff. That's not super complicated. Anyways, so that song went over really well. That's a really hard song to play. Not hard but hard in that it's really fast. Like a lot of really fast chords, right? But so it's not hard. It's just hard. If that makes any sense. Like not crazy, like technically hard. Just a lot of really fast chords. All right, later, KC. Yeah, I thought I used to do play that funky music with another band, and we used to do Oasis, and we used to do a lot of that '90s stuff, Chili Peppers, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. All right, later, Casey. Just going off screen to smoke my cigar here. All right. Yeah. So, folks, please hit the thumbs up. Be on the lookout for a new video this week, another guitar review. Um, got something coming hopefully by Wednesday this week. Yeah, I did it again, but I'm also selling something, so one comes in, one goes out. And yeah, so look for that. All right, Papa Blue. Okay, folks, I won't take up any more of your time. Thanks for hanging out on this Saturday. Have a good have a good rest of your weekend. Thank you, Joe, KC, everyone. Thanks so much, and we'll catch you guys soon. Cheers. Take care.